Hi dear fans, friends and subscribers. As you would be seeing me, well, this is your Saturday late night cricket happening show. But while as you see me itself, you will realize that I am not in the best of health. I'm absolutely under the weather. My throat is sore. I'm not able to really get some pain on my throat, and I'm not really well. I'm on the medication too, but as I said, always I have been saying on my cricket show, cricket is very, very dear to me. It is a great passion for me, and you, dear friends and subscribers, are the ones who make me come to this particular cricket show, despite all my struggles that I have. Come here and talk about cricket with you. Thank you. So you will understand, dear fans and subscribers, today's cricket show would be sans excitement. There wouldn't be much excitement, but I will definitely like to touch on some salient features of the game. So let's get into business here. Well, we had two matches today, which were played in the Champions League T20 tournament. The first match was played between Lahore Lions and Dolphins. What a match it was! I mean, at time Lahore Lions were actually struggling. They went on to 164 for 5 thanks to Umar Akmal and Saad Nasim making some useful contributions. Dolphins, well, they were at one time, one would have not even thought that Dolphins would get so close that Lahore Lions lost the match by, Lahore Lions won the match by only 16 runs, and the man who brought them so close was a batsman. The other day we saw Cameron Delport, even though in a losing cause, hitting Chennai Super Kings bowlers, but today there was another batsman. Now Frylinck, you would remember, was the person who with the ball was smattered for 2 sixes by Mitchell Marsh the other day, the match between Perth Scorchers and Dolphins. But today Robbie Frylinck was the hero with the bat. Even though he couldn't get his team to victory, he showed everyone what he is capable of. He bludgeoned runs, and at a time when the score was reading 93 for 9 in the 16th over, it was a pretty tall order. They required another 71 runs to win the match. And we are in the 16th over, so basically 26 balls were remaining, and look at what Frylinck did. Frylinck went on out of the 71 runs remaining. Frylinck contributed an unbeaten 63 16 run shot, so you will imagine that it could be 55 runs was hit, and the 55 runs, the majority of the runs, in fact almost the runs, in a company of tailenders, the last batsman P. Subrayan, Frylinck was absolutely, as I said, he bludgeoned the bowling, and in one particular over of Izzaz Chima, he deposited him for 2 sixes. Mustafa Iqbal went away for 6s. Wahab Riaz was treated with absolute disdain. He was dismissed. 3 sixes sailed into the top tier, and he was looking absolutely, and he really gave a sort of a slight scare to the Lahore Lions team. But in the end, finally, it was all over. But look at Frylinck's knock, not out 63 of just 27 balls with 4 fours and 6 sixes from a seemingly no hope position at 93 for 5 in the 16th over. He took this I'm sorry, dear fans. He took the score to 148 with he contributing an unbeaten 63s. That was some splendid stuff. And Robbie Frylinck, as I said, he really bludgeoned, and in 2 particular overs towards the end of the game, he went after Izzaz Chima like anything. Wahab Riaz, as I said, was treated in a very merciless manner, hitting him for 3 sixes. He was smoking sixes over long off, and long on. Such was his complete command over the ball in there. I'll be talking about that match. And then we had another match which happened. This was a match between Perth Scorchers and Chennai Super Kings. Chennai Super Kings were absolutely strangled. They, at one point of time, they had 5 batsmen sent to the pavilion by the Perth Scorchers bowlers for just 79 runs on the board in the 15th over. In the 15th over, Chennai Super Kings scored was reading 79 for 5, and after that there was an onslaught which was started by Mahendra Singh Dhoni, the captain of Chennai Super Kings, joined in by Ravindra Jadeja, and both of them plundered runs to give Chennai a target which eventually proved to be a winning one, putting up 155 for 6 of their 20 overs. And then the Perth Scorchers, well, there was nobody who could go on to a big score, and not only that, the Chennai Super Kings bowlers bowled excellently. Each and every bowler did his bit, and that is what enabled Chennai Super Kings to actually win this match by 13 runs and keep their semi-final hopes alive. I'll come back to that. So let's first get on to the match, the 14th match in Group A, and as I said, Lahore Lions Dolphins. Now Lahore Lions batted first. They didn't have a good start. Frylinck was the one at the top of the order. As you know, he was the man of the, and the man of the match was Umar Akmal of Lahore Lions. But Frylinck was initially he did it with the ball by dismissing both the openers for 6 and 10 respectively. It was Ahmed Shahzad and Nasir Jamshid into the hut. After that, Mohammad Hafiz was clean bowled by Delport for 8, and Aga Salman was sent back to the pavilion, bowled by Abbott for 1. And Lahore Lions were really struggling at that stage when Mohammad Hafiz was gone at 34 for 4. And then came Saad Naseem. As you know, Saad Naseem has looked very impressive in this Champions League T20, and one understands why he has been selected in the T20 squad for the tour of the United Arab Emirates when Pakistan would take on Australia. He really showed glimpses by banging sixes and boundaries, and in the company that he got from Umar Akmal, the partnership blossomed. In fact, from 34 for 4, it was a very good partnership. In fact, it was such a good partnership which added 92 runs. It added 92 runs for the 5th wicket, which was pretty exhilarating stuff, because Umar Akmal was really carving the bowlers to all parts of the ground. Saad Naseem was also banging 4s and 6s, and this partnership was really blossoming every delivery. And then finally, that was the real reason that Lahore Lions, from a struggling situation at 34 for 4, recovered to 164 for 5, and and that is the precise reason the Lahore Lions batsman Umar Akmal was given the man of the match for contributing an unbeaten 73 of 45 deliveries with 5 4s and an equal number of 6s. Saad Naseem was very impressive with his knock of 43 of 26 balls with 3 4s and 3 6s. Asif Raza towards the end just clubbed the bowlers to make an unbeaten 19 of 12 balls with 1 4 and 1 6, and Lahore Lions finally got a target which proved to be a winning one of 164 for 5, thanks to Umar Akmal, who really blasted the Dolphins bowlers. So Brian, none for 39, was blasted. Kyle Abbott, 4 overs, 1 for 34. Frylinck, 4 overs, 3 for 22, was the best among the, I would say, was the best bowler among the lot. You know, what an all-round performance from Robbie Frylinck. 1 for 34 for Abbott. Frylinck, 4 overs, 3 for 22. Maharaj, none for 40. Delport bowled 2 overs for 10 runs with 1 wicket. Felukavayo, 2 overs, no made, and none for 19. I'm sorry, fans, just bear with me here. If at all I cough here, I'm sorry about it. Dolphins batted, and Dolphins, well, Monty Van Wyk, in fact, if you look at the Dolphins innings, Monty Van Wyk contributed 36, but Cameron Delport, of whom much would have been expected after his exploits against Chennai Super Kings, was an early goner, as Mohammad Hafiz actually clean bowled him for naught. Shetty was sent to the pavilion for 2, Maharaj was on for a knock, and suddenly the innings started going in the same vein as Lahore Lions. They were 31 for 3. Monty Van Wyk revived it a bit by making 36 of 29 balls with 6 fours, and then Van Deer contributed 29. And what was pretty important to see here was that we saw that the Dolphins innings were not really fathom what the spinners were bowling. The spinners were the ones who held sway, and that is the precise reason, as I said, Robbie Frylinck really the score was going in such a manner, the wickets were just falling, and one thought that the match is just going to meander into a formality with the score on 93 for 9, and then comes here Robbie Frylinck from nowhere and slams an unbeaten 63 of just 27 deliveries with 4 fours and 6 sixes. Majority of the sixes hit off the bowling of I think it was 3 sixes of Wahab Riaz. Yaizus Chima was sent into the top territory for 2 sixes or 5, and 1 6 was hit on Mustafa Iqbal, I reckon, and he was simply ballistic. And Robbie Frylinck finished on an unbeaten 63 of 27 balls with 4 fours and 6 sixes, even though Delport innings ended at 148 for 9, because Robbie Frylinck couldn't get support as the tailenders started losing the wickets. And I said the spinners were the ones who ruled the roost here, as Dolphins batsmen found it a bit difficult for their liking. As look at the bowling there. So Lahore Lions winning the match by 16 runs, but definitely Robbie Frylinck giving them a real scare in this match. The bowling figures: Mohammad Hafiz 4 overs 2 for 18, bowled excellently. Yaizus Chima, look at his bowling figures were absolutely shattered by Robbie Frylinck. 3 overs 44 runs and no wicket to his name. Mustafa Iqbal 3 overs 221. Saad Nazim bowling 3 overs 19 runs and 2 wickets. He's also a good bowler there. He's a good all-rounder, Saad Nazim. Adnan Rasool 3 overs no maiden 1 for 13. Wahab Riaz 4 overs 1 for 31. Umar Akmal, for his brilliant knock of an unbeaten 73, took away the man of the match. Now let's go on to the next game, which was between Perth Scorchers and the Chennai Super Kings. Well, Chennai Super Kings were the ones who batted first, and Perth Scorchers were making rapid inroads into the Chennai Super Kings right from the word go, as the openers, after adding 15 runs, Joel Paris, the left-arm seamer, gave them the breakthrough by knocking the stumps of Brendan McCullum for 11 of 10 balls with 1 4 and 1 6. Dwayne Smith was the next to go, as Yasir, in fact Suresh Raina was the next to go. There was a sort of a misunderstanding between Dwayne Smith. Dwayne Smith was also, Dwayne Smith probably is not a good runner between the wickets, we saw that, and Suresh Raina was a victim, run out for 1, and then Dwayne Smith himself perished, clean bowled by Yasir Arafat for 11 of 13 deliveries with 2 fours, and then Mithun Manhas was a victim of the bowling of Hogg. Now Hogg was the one who was making life difficult for the Chennai Super Kings batsman. He picked up the wicket of Mithun Manhas for 18, and suddenly the Chennai Super Kings, a strong batting lineup, were really having a very tough time with the score on 56 for 4, and then a bit of real aggression shown by Dwayne Bravo to make 27 of 26 balls with 1 4 and 1 6, took the score to 79, but Bravo himself was a victim as was bowled by Turner. From 79 for 5, and looking at the way things were going on, Chennai Super Kings innings was really progressing in a really meandering fashion, with the score on 79 for 5. In the 15th over, 14.3 overs, the score read 79, and if you look at it, there were only 33 balls left. In the balanced 33 balls, it was Jadeja and Dhoni plundering the bowling to such an extent that Jadeja was the one who actually took the initiative, because, as I said, Brad Hogg was really bowling well, but this was Grant Hogg, I suppose, and he was the won. In fact, Jadeja was the one who started it all by slamming Hogg for sixes and boundaries, and after that Dhoni followed. Well, what Dhoni did is that he paid special attention to Yasir Arafat by hitting sixes high, wide and handsome, because one of the sixes went on to go and sail onto the roof and probably went out of the stadium. Such was the power of Dhoni, and Dhoni was using his wrist to maximum effect here, and they were just, I don't know, they were just carting the bowling. 79 for 5. Perth Scorchers had the game under absolute control, and here we see Dhoni and Jadeja taking up the gauntlet and slamming the bowling to take 64 runs of the balanced deliveries to get Chennai Super Kings to a target to really defend of 155 for 6, of which the contribution from Jadeja was an unbeaten 44 of 28 balls with 4 fours and 2 sixes. Dhoni, as I said, was clattering. He played a real quick fire innings of 35 runs of just 16 deliveries with 4 sixes in that knock, not a single 4, and 155 for 6. Let's have a look at the bowling card of the Perth Scorchers. The Perth Scorchers, Joel Paris, one does not know why he didn't bowl later. 2 overs no maiden, 1 for 13. Nathan Coulter-Nile, 4 overs, 1 for 28. Michael Beer, 4 overs, no maiden for 6. He was also bowling very well. Yasir Arafat, normally in English county cricket, he has done a very good job. He's a very economical bowler. But today, I am telling you, Jadeja and especially Dhoni really clattered him into the fence and over the fence. And Dhoni in particular, as I said, one of the balls actually sailing over the stadium. Such was the power of Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Hogg, 4 overs, 1 for 25. Turner, 2 overs, 1 for 19. So that was the bowling card for the Perth Scorchers. Now Perth Scorchers batting, it all started with Craig Simmons making 13 of 13 balls. Ashish Nehra, as you know, playing for Chennai Super Kings in this Champions League T20, one has seen that he's a much improved bowler. He probably has learned his lessons. He sticks to a good line, and if you look at the statistics of Ashish Nehra, the left-arm pace bowler, he has been doing a great job for the Chennai Super Kings. In fact, he picked up the wicket. In fact, he picked up both the openers' wickets. First, he picked up the wicket of Craig Simmons, who was caught behind the bowling made of 13 of as many balls with 1 4 and 1 6. Adam Bogues, the captain, was LBW bowled made for 27, but that was later in the piece. So Adam Bogues was one who was trying to hold the innings. In fact, once Simmons was gone, Ashton Agar, let me talk about this delivery from Ashwin. What a delivery. Ravichandran Ashwin had bowled the previous delivery, and Ashton Agar, who was promoted in the batting order, coming 1 drop ahead of Mitchell Marsh, hit a boundary, and the next delivery Ashwin got a wicket. But look at the way he got the wicket. He actually bowled in a quicker delivery. Now Ashton Agar was under the impression that the ball is going to turn away from the stumps. He made room for himself to actually cut the ball, and look at what happened. He could hear the rattle of the timber, because that was a quicker delivery which was slipped in by Ashwin with the seam up position, and the ball had actually knocked down the stumps even before Ashton Agar could realize it. Such was the pace of the delivery that Ashwin bowled. And Ashwin, as you know, is a very innovative bowler. He's a pretty good thinking bowler, and that's what he precisely did. So I would say he bamboozled Ashton Agar, who thought the ball was going to turn outside the off stump. Instead, not only did the ball come in, it went at furious pace to knock off the stump before even Agar could realize what was going on. So that was simply tremendous stuff from Ravichandran Ashwin. And after that, Mitchell Marsh came in. Mitchell Marsh contributed 19 of 26 balls, and Chennai Super Kings would have been very happy that Ravichandran Ashwin got him caught in the deep by Jadeja for 19, which made the score 53 for 3. And then Sam Watman was LBW bowled Ashwin for 5. So Ashwin was doing a great job there for his skipper. 68 for 4 when Whiteman departed. Adam Bogues was holding the innings together. And then Turner came up, but Adam Bogues himself was a victim, as Nehra in his second spell had Adam Bogues, the captain of Perth Scorchers, LBW for 27 of 24 deliveries with 3 fours, which made it 73 for 5. Ashton Turner contributed He was run out for 22 of 17 balls with 2 fours. Nathan Coulter-Nile tried to deal some good blows with a knock of 30 of 21 balls with 2 fours and 1 6 to no avail. And finally, really the match was absolutely in Chennai Super Kings' grasp. It was not easy to play with the bowling. As I said, the Chennai Super Kings bowlers were absolutely excellent today. Yasir Arafat remaining not out on 12, Joel Paris not out 5, and Perth Scorchers had to be content with 142 for 7. Thus, the Chennai Super Kings winning this match by 13 runs and keeping their semi-final hopes alive in the Champions League T20. Looking at the bowling figures, as I said, look at an excellent bowling performance from the Chennai Super Kings bowlers, as Mahendra Singh Dhoni definitely alluded to that in his conversation at the post-match press conference. Ashish Nara, 4 overs, no maiden, 227. As I said, he is a much improved bowler. He has been definitely delivering the goods for Chennai Super Kings in this particular tourney. Ashwin, as I said, was the best bowler. 4 overs, no maiden, 3 for 20 for him. Mohit Sharma, 3 overs, 1 for 17. Jadeja bowled 4 overs for 26. Hastings bowled 2 overs for 16. Dwayne Bravo was costly of the lot, I would say. 3 overs, none for 34. Nevertheless, it didn't really matter. In the end, Ravindra Jadeja of Chennai Super Kings was named man of the match. Thus ended both the matches. And dear fans, subscribers, I did my best, even though, as I said, I was under the weather. But I thought I did my best to give you a very good summary of both these matches which happened. Hope you all liked it. Thanks for your company as always. Thanks for your very good cooperation to this cricket show. Your host Ram would like to say good night.